when I talk to people about becoming a veterinarian, a lot of parents will ask me, well, my child loves animals and I think they'd be a great veterinarian. And there's a lot more to it than that. That's certainly a huge part of it and the reason why most of us entered the profession. But there's the love of animals combined with the scientific inquiry necessary to be able to work with them and hopefully heal. One of the things that I really like about my work is being able to help the animals and help people as their pets are sick or injured, and being able to return them to health is very gratifying. And it's something that I enjoy immensely, and the reason that I entered the profession. To do that, you have to go through a very rigorous academic curriculum. 4 years of undergraduate college, which are heavily laden with science and math courses. There's no specific pre-veterinary degree. You actually major in whatever you're interested in, but there are certain requirements that you have to take. And those are all a little bit different at the various veterinary colleges. Once you finish your undergraduate work, then you apply to veterinary school, and this is where things get very competitive. There are only 29 veterinary colleges in the United States, so the slots fill up very quickly, and there are about 10 applications for every acceptance, so it's very competitive. Most of the schools break this down by two basic criteria for entrance. There is your grades are one aspect of it, and that's a huge aspect of everything. The average entering GPA in the last few years for veterinary school has been a 3.6 grade point average. That's the average. If you have less than a 3.0, they won't even let you apply. There is also a test that you take called the GRE that is a factor in this. And then the other part of it that's a factor is your previous experience with animals, any extracurricular activities you've done, whether you were in sports or scouting or music, things of that nature. They're looking for very well-rounded people who have a lot of interests. They really look for people who have made the effort to go out and find ways to work with animals. So it's very important, once you've decided that you're going to become a veterinarian, to try and get that experience. They really look for broad experience with animals. And so while most people own a dog or own a cat, a lot of people have volunteered at their local veterinarians and gotten some hands-on experience there. And that's good. That's important. But the people who stand out a little bit more from their work experience are the ones who have worked with dogs, worked with cats, maybe done some work with exotic animals, zoo animals, done some things with horses, maybe had some work with cows or pigs. Whether you can start out volunteering at the zoo, if there's a local horse stable where you can start working with some of the horses. Once you've obtained that experience and have performed all your prerequisites in college, then you're ready to apply to veterinary school, and hopefully you'll be accepted. Once you're accepted, the universities will start talking to you about the wide variety of opportunities there are for veterinarians to work in areas that you may have never thought of. Veterinarians who work in the military, they work on some of the animals that work in the military, and they also help with food safety at that level. There are veterinarians who work in industry, working for pharmaceutical research companies and animal health companies. There are veterinarians who work at the university level doing primary research. A lot of different things besides just the small animal practice. Sometimes people go to veterinary school with the idea that they're going to do one thing, and they end up going a totally different direction. And that's what can be rather fascinating about the profession, is when you graduate as a veterinarian, you're actually ready to take on any of these tasks that I mentioned before. And so it's a pretty unique and very diversified field.